These hoes ain't loyal. The only thing they're loyal to is themselves. And they will justify being hoes with sayings such as, well, I have needs, or, you expect me to wait forever? If you think a woman will be faithful to you, then the old saying, I have a bridge I'd like to sell you, because you're a fool, because they ain't loyal. Unless you find a woman who is completely isolated from society, from the internet, from the modern day female, you're not going to find a quality woman. And even if, let's say, you found a woman in the remote part of the Himalayan mountains, completely isolated from society. Well, if you brought her here to America and she started hanging around these Western women, these entitled, spoiled, privileged brats who think that the world owes them something because they got the golden vagina, they think, well, then the woman you brought here will then to start to act like the women here. And they are toxic. Women today are toxic. Girls' night out, nothing more than whores' night out. It's female hypergamy. I've spoken on this many times before, where they go out to monkey branch you. And if you are the chump who's paying all her bills, she despises you. It's the more you do for women today, the less they respect you. You understand that? Eventually you're going to wake up to it. One way or another, you're going to find out that women today ain't what they used to be. And that marriage doesn't work because it's not the 1950s anymore. The traditional roles don't exist anymore. So for you to go in with your 1950s approach, thinking in 2019 that you're going to marry a woman and they're going to be loyal, they're not. What makes you think that they're going to be loyal? Because you're the exception to the rule? Well, let me tell you, you're not the exception to the rule. Because you know what? 3 years ago, I thought the same dumb thing. Because I had a pretty good knowledge about red pill and picking up women, but I didn't have so much red pill knowledge about relationship, but I knew about the dating and picking up. And I thought I was the exception to the rule. I watched MGTOW videos and men getting screwed over with divorce, and I thought, well, that's them, but that won't happen to me. And that thinking is what set me up for it to happen to me. Why? Because I never thought it would happen to me, so I blinded myself to seeing it, then it happened. So if you think you're the exception to the rule, I'm telling you, you ain't. And if you put a ring on that woman's finger, that's the dumbest move a man can make today. Like I say, man, these hoes, they ain't loyal. They ain't loyal to nobody but themselves. Like if a person asks a question, well, can you trust a woman? I'll say, yes, you can trust a woman. And they'll be like, you can? I'll be like, yeah, you can trust them to be a woman. And what I mean by that is the woman will just tell you what you want to hear. They'll tell you nice flowery things. They'll tickle your ears. See, a woman will never tell you what you need to hear. If you're slack, unless you got a quality woman, and those are few and far between. But with a quality woman, should tell you if you're missing the mark a little bit, But no, these hoes today, they just want to tell you what you want to hear. That way, they can stick around and hang from your coattails. They want to ride your coattails to glory. You do all the work, you pay all the bills, you jump through all the hoops, and then they're going to go and ladies' night out and whore around on you. Why? Because you put yourself in the position of the beta male provider. And as I've said on more than one occasion, beta male providers never get laid and they always get cheated on. So why would you want to put yourself in the position of a beta male provider unless your goal is never getting any action? Because if your goal is never getting any action, well then the beta male provider position is for you. And there's plenty of chumps because she's always taking applications for beta male providers. See, what you want to do is you want to be the alpha male. You don't need a woman. A woman should never be number one on your priority list. Never. If a woman's number one on your priority list, then you have no life. If she's the centerpiece and center of your universe, what are you living for? What was the center of your universe before she ever showed up? A woman needs to be no higher than the third priority. Your number one priority is your physical health and your mental health. Why don't you be selfish for once and put yourself before these hoes? Make sure you have your mind screwed on straight. You got to be physically healthy and mentally healthy. You understand that? That's number one. Your second priority as a man is that you need goals. Some reason to get up in the morning and to go about it and to make sure you see that goal through. And the thing about goals is that once you fulfill that goal, you immediately need to set another goal and then another goal. It's called staying hungry. But the thing about goals, again, is it's the progress, the progression toward fulfilling that goal is actually more fulfilling than reaching the goal itself. Because once you reach the goal, you've reached it. There's nothing else to do. That's why you got to immediately set another goal. So first is your mental and physical health. Second is your goal in life. You got to have a drive. And then if them two are in order, then third, then women. And I strongly advise you, you're going to do your best work. You're going to be more successful without these hoes because they're just going to try to keep you back. They're going to try to play mind games and they're going to try to keep you down because hoes today, they don't want to see men prosper and success. They want to see men fail. That's their goal. They want to see you as a failure. And then they can rub your face in your failures. So what I suggest all you men do is go to redpillring.com and get you one of these. And you tell these women they can go to hell.